Hi, welcome back to Hobby Life. This is episode 2 of season 1 of Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix adaptation. In the first episode, I'm gonna go over a bit of spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, I'd recommend you go watch it now. This is not meant to be any type of substitute for you to see the series. There's gonna be like a lot of black bars, voice, and audio distortion adjusted just so that it gets past the YouTube copyrights. Um, so this is mostly just to, follow along and watch along with me and just, relive it, but with a friend. I know I definitely like watching things over m more than once with other people and just to see their reactions. So, the first episode, we got the classic story that was essentially told of Avatar in terms of Aang bursting out of the iceberg, being discovered by Sokka and Katara, and then Zuko discovering them and capturing him with the Great Escape at the end. Um, I actually think M. Night Shyamalan spent way too much time on that portion of the film, and that's why the rest of the film suffered so much. Um, I think everything, I don't want to say it was fine for M. Night Shyamalan, but at the very least, that's how it felt to a degree. I think in terms of the first film, not the first film, the first episode, like for the most part, yeah, it was great. I've seen mixed reviews for it. I'm not 100% certain. Like they've probably seen more episodes than I have, so maybe it's all downhill from here. But regardless, it's already been way better than M. Night Shyamalan's, and I'm enjoying it. Like again, I'm not looking for the same 100% story. I'm looking for the same feelings, the same values, just the same messages. Maybe not the exact same messages, but just um like if you need to be told the same message over and over again in order for you to enjoy something, I think you're watching the wrong things. Just if that's the case, just watch the original series again. I think there's always something new and just a fresh perspective you can take from anything. And like no matter what I read or watch again, there's always something new I'll take away from it every time I watch it. But anyways, I'm gonna be starting episode 2. Um, so thanks again for joining me on this adventure, and hopefully it's not a disaster. But let me know what you guys liked about the Netflix changes, and tell me what you missed from the first, or not the first, the original. And hopefully we can, discuss, talk, and figure out what made this series bad or great. All right. So it looks like they're gonna be doing the in partnership with like Nickelodeon thing every the start of every scene.
I'm sure it'll turn up. You
Alright, so it
probably
looks like it's like
got
right
some
after he got away.
and keep in mind, the notebook
Okay,
didn't
never
find the
mind. Maybe it's
avatar.
not.
You did. Your notebook
Oh,
may
the
have been
notebook.
useful in
So
collecting
there's
the
gonna be.
scrolls, but your unceasing but it's clear that this avatar is not what you nor anyone else would have expected. We won't know until we
I like
find
that they're
And I
addressing
will find him.
Aang being a
I'm still
kid.
the heir to the throne. That's gotta mean something. Even in this dustbin corner of the world.
it does. How many places can there be for an avatar to hide?
Kyoshi Island is only a few hours from here. According to this, Avatar Kyoshi was the fiercest of warriors and a master of what
One
they call
thing
the Avatar state.
I can't remember if they actually like. I don't think they actually knew
It's time to
about
go home.
Kyoshi Island, right?
What?
We did our part. We saved him from the firebenders. Now it's time to go home.
I also kind of
My
wish
duty,
Iroh's was just a bit more
our
chill.
duty, is to protect the village like Dad told us to.
They can protect themselves. Besides, what good is saving Wolf Cove if we don't save the world?
Qatar, do you hear what you're saying? Save the world. Us.
It's about more than just helping Aang. Ever since he came into our lives, things have changed for me. Before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. And now look what I can do. And that's after a single day. I don't know about you, but I can't go back.
So now we're starting to see a bit more divergence from the cartoon, which makes sense because like
Katara, something's wrong with your bag.
the next couple parts are like definitely gonna be the parts that they're gonna have to condense. It's Momo. Looks like Momo's getting introduced a lot quicker, and not in the menacing fashion he was, which I kind of miss.
Hey! That's our food.
What is that?
A winged lemur. This guy used to
I like the way how they animate how he flies.
What's this?
The
My dear
waterbending scroll.
Katara, this
So
scroll
there's no-
has
they don't
been
need to steal it
passed
from
down
pirates
among
no
the
more.
waterbenders of our tribe for generations. It contains everything you need to know to begin your bending education. You are a waterbender. That is who you have always
So I'm
been
guessing
and always will be.
they're gonna make it more
Never forget that.
See?
they're
Is
gonna
that
make
all
it
I
more
found
so
because we
that
don't have to earn?
her stole probably gets her
Fine,
not
we'll go to
stole
Kyoshi Island
her
and
scroll
see.
probably gets stolen, and that's why she like that's
you ready to
like
leave?
how the whole thing ensues. But either that or they're just gonna give her the scroll and they're gonna be like, yeah,
There's
that's
something I
cool.
have to do first.
Looks like they're giving more importance to like external figures though. Like I feel like the cartoon was very focused on just kids
My
in
whole
an
life,
adult's world,
You were there for me.
and like the adults for the
I was
most
there for
part.
you.
I don't know. That
Goodbye,
might quite
Gyatso.
moment of silence for Gyatso.
I'm sorry. You want to join us, Momo?
Momo?
Yeah. He looks like a Momo, doesn't he? Just like how you look like a Sokka.
Can't argue with that.
Bet you taste like chicken.
Oh, that looks so
Zuko,
good.
you must try this. It's got.
I'm so hungry now.
It's got quail pole. Quail pole. Very good for vitality. Vitality.
You want to ask a Fire Nation commander if they've seen the Avatar? If word gets out, everyone in the world will be looking for him. I could lose everything.
Calm yourself, Prince Zuko.
And not in the same way that episode 1 did. Episode 1 felt super
There she is.
exposition-y
Giant scary lady.
to a degree. Arshia.
Whoa.
Please have the foaming at mouth guy, or some homage to it.
Hey!
Oh, she came out of nowhere.
What's happening?
Watch out!
Hey!
You are trespassing on sacred ground. Stop! You're making a mistake. He's the Avatar. Ridiculous. There would have been signs if he was the Avatar.
Science.
I think that might be a sign.
I want to know if they're like their makeup is based on like
has remained safe from the ravages of
a
war.
historical
By
thing,
keeping
like a real
to
thing.
ourselves, we expect the outside world to do the same.
We're not here to cause any trouble.
No foaming mouth guy.
But where I'm from, people help each other. If I can learn to be the Avatar, maybe I could bring a place I knew. A world where people were happier back.
But if he is the Avatar, how can we turn our back on him?
Such a fierce warrior.
I mean, if he's already here, people are gonna come anyways.
Suki,
Like, even if you
don't
shoot them
you
away, they're
know
gonna show up and be like, yo, were they here?
To know that there are many in this
They're
world
here.
who would take advantage
Yo, is Suki's mom's in
of
this?
that kind heart.
I'm not too young. I just haven't seen the world.
Yeah, they're
I'm
really
reminded
pushing
that
the
Kyoshi herself often
parental
benefited
figure
from
in
the
this.
kindness of strangers. And as the Avatar, she believed in helping those who could not help themselves. So we will open our village to our guests for 48 hours.
I get it. I know why you wanted us off your island. I'd have done this.
I'm not sure how I feel about that so
It's
far.
a big responsibility, all these people's lives in your hands. Personally, I take that responsibility very seriously. I'm the guardian in my village too. So.
You,
Yep.
the guardian. So how are you protecting your people if you're here?
What? I'm not. I mean, I am. I may not physically be there, but still, I have to save the world first.
Just say it, tell it as it is, Sokka.
Sorry, how does it go again? I'm protecting Aang, so I'm protecting the village. Hey, the point is, we have a lot in common. We're both warriors, right?
Before she died, Avatar Kyoshi trained an elite force in her image. One ready to protect not only our homes, but our way of life. I'm a Kyoshi warrior.
Well, he is Lord of Ice and Snow.
Where's your commander?
So
Need recent surveillance reports? Right now.
Excuse me?
And maps. Nautical maps. The more detailed, the better.
And you are? Prince Zuko? What an honor to welcome actual royalty
this
to our humble base. What can
Commander
I do for
Jawa?
the Crown Prince?
As I was saying, I
Please.
need...
yeah, I think
Excuse
it
my
is.
nephew. We've been at sea a long time, and our manners have grown as rusty as our anchors. General Iroh, no need to apologize, and please forgive our lapses as well.
Damn.
We don't get many VIP visitors around here. If you wouldn't mind giving me until
Want
the
some shark
morning,
squids, huh?
I'm sure we can track down what you need.
Very kind.
Do they have like an
Commander
Avatar
Zhao.
world, or they have like
Commander Zhao, at your
like
service.
restaurants that give this stuff? Commander Chao. Okay. So far, he doesn't seem as arrogant, but he does seem. He seems like the typical Asian uncle, if you know what I mean. You know, like the guy. I mean, not all typical, but there's always that one Asian uncle that just like he's like, just look at these kids here today at this family gathering.
Someone needs to put a bell on you.
There's food in the village hall.
I mean, Suki's being a bit weird too right now. What is going on here? I'm sorry, that was just weird. But Qatar really likes just making balls of water.
Amazing. You're natural.
Hey, that's what I told her to do last
These
time.
forms.
Well, it's more than you could do before, right? You caught on quickly. You're a real waterbender, Katara.
You know, you should be practicing too. The Avatar needs to master all four
If
elements.
like
Maybe later.
if Katara likes doing the
I
water
can't
balls,
imagine
it's
what
like
it's
she
like.
just do the same
No
thing
one
as
will have to save the world.
the water version of
Avoiding
in
practice doesn't mean
Katara,
you avoid the
not Katara,
responsibility.
Korra.
I know. It's just Gyatso used to be the one
Where
who
you put
trained
the
me.
put the ball of air on their head and take away their their air.
Never really trained with anyone else.
It's okay. We'll do this together. We're not going anywhere. Or you could just let me use you for target practice.
Not home.
I can't remember if like Aang already bended a bit at this point for water. And what is all this stuff? Wow, this is so hospitable.
Just try that.
I want that. When I was a kid, they used to put like dango on sticks. I always used to think it was curry fish balls. And then I was like, when I first time I had it, like dango, I was like, this isn't curry fish balls. Yo, where's the thing? Where's the little, like the little spinny top kazoo thing?
Gotta admit, he has a way with people.
But it's okay.
That's
Again,
his
I'm not here to just
Connection.
see those things
Building
specifically.
bridges. That's how he's gonna be the Avatar.
Right. There goes the savior of the world.
There's a reason we've avoided that all these years.
Avoided.
Yeah, that's just the Fire Nation.
Avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
Be that as it may, we've stayed safe.
Men? Yeah, they like
If not happy.
are the Kyoshi warriors like the Amazonians?
This boy, he may be entertaining.
Boomerang. But I hope they use the melon later though. Just be a
Seriously?
waste.
Belle, think
Yeah,
about it.
Suki's like super creepy stalker.
Made it myself. It's great in combat and hunting and
Hunting.
yeah, hunting. For tiger whales.
And she's the one
Yeah,
that's like
dangerous. Tiger whales, ferociously deadly tiger whales. I could run you through the basics if you want.
I don't mind this dynamic though. Just... Wow. That was cool.
Wow. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Us Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting and oh, right now? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, he really needs a stretch. You let him stretch first. I'm sorry. I think this is Sugi's disqualified. Sokka was not finished stretching. That's like he was unprepared. And she's this is like the definition of coming on too strong, maybe.
Nothing. Nothing about the Avatar state or any other powers. Nothing that can help me train. So how am I supposed to figure out how to save the world? Back home, the other kids used to say I was lucky because I never really had to train. But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but to keep them under control. I'm sorry! No one said anything, but I could tell. They were scared of me.
Looks like they're changing
Just
this
like how me and
dynamic a
Sokka
bit.
were when I went into the Avatar state. What if nothing in here can help me? What if I never learn how to control my power? How many people will I hurt?
But imagine what'll happen if you don't even try.
I feel like they should have worded it as bending rather than power.
You're not alone. According to this, all the previous avatars are incarnations of your past lives. You are literally not alone. The other avatars are inside you. You want someone to teach you, you just need to figure out how to connect to them. The answers aren't inside here. They're inside you.
Zhao's boat. It's gone.
Zhao, he heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
A flying cow? He knows. About the Avatar. Somehow he found out. We have to get there before him.
Stop!
One thing I really like about everything though is just their voices are so good.
Stop! 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 Bow! Dismiss.
The person they chose to be Suki though is just like so spot on. The first time I saw Suki, I was like, oh, no way. I mean, props to the makeup department too. The gotta keep it lower. But I mean, it is easier for or it's harder for guys to like lower their center of mass, I think, and keep balance. Just, still putting so much pressure on him.
I don't want power.
Which is why you will make a great Avatar.
Avatar Kyoshi, help me.
Aang?
It's about time.
I'm sorry. I didn't know how to reach you. I didn't know I could reach you.
There's a lot you don't know.
I can't wait till he meets Roku though, cause like I feel like him and Roku are actually like, yo, we vibing.
Everything that can be done is
Whereas everything between him and Kyoshi was always like, I don't know if I agree with you there. Yeah, Zuko's like, just
3 years. 3 years.
it's just 3 years. That's like,
There were times I thought I'd never find the Avatar.
you know how long some of us gamers have been waiting for
It's
some
almost
games to be
worse.
released?
Now that I know he's close,
Half-Life 3,
because now the chance to go home is real.
GTA 6.
Sometimes hope can be a cruel thing.
Sir, we're approaching Kyoshi Island.
Was this guy like an important character, or not important, but like a reoccurring character in the cartoon?
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
You need to turn your opponent's power against them.
Every scene, they're literally doing every scene to just build the tension,
Teacher.
And
the
you're an
romantic
excellent
tension,
student. Though I'm sure you were helped by your
which I don't know if I like 100%.
You know, as your religious protector.
It's
Right.
it's getting to the point where it's like
Protector.
they're
To be
too
honest, where I'm
thirsty.
from, there's not much call for a real warrior.
There's something I appreciated about.
I think you're a real warrior. The heart.
They're making Sokka slightly a bit more, I'm gonna say open and a bit more insecure. I mean, outwardly
Truth is,
insecure.
I envy you.
Like, I think classic
I
Sokka
was
would never
wondering
admit
what
that
outside
type of
was
stuff.
like.
At least in the
I
first
never had the
couple
courage to leave.
episodes.
I've always wondered what I'd find. Now I know.
You'd find Sokka. You find this guy. Excuse me. Oh, mom. I thought that was mom.
Me
I
too.
thought the
have to
mom was
go.
like,
Why?
guys.
What's happening?
It's the town alarm. Someone's coming.
Oh man.
Hey,
Okay, this built a different type of tension.
You must fill several roles, and many of them require unparalleled strength.
It's just like a job
That's why you
application
need
or
to
something.
master all the bending disciplines? To become strong?
Yes. And to help you gain control over the ultimate power. The Avatar state is a combination of all your past lives focusing their energy through you. The Avatar state gives you the strength of 1,000 benders.
So what I've always wanted to know, does that mean the very
It's
first
dangerous,
couple of
but
benders
fun.
literally only had access to like
But it can
one
also
person
be the
before them?
ultimate weapon, and it can save your life.
And then it's
We're
like,
too late.
yeah, like
There's no way
Aang
around
has
that, man.
access to
We could've made it
1,000.
to the village by now.
One thing I don't like about this. Okay, that's a bit better. That marching sequence,
Such a
the
lovely
audio is
island.
like all
And
completely
we
off.
welcome you to it, Commander. Though we wish we'd had some advance notice, we are quite unprepared for guests.
Funny. That's not what I'd heard. I understand you had an unexpected visitor just the other day.
Commander, the way I see it, you and your men are the only outsiders here.
An unfortunate perspective. You won't mind if we take a look ourselves.
I expected as much.
I feel like they're being too obvious about it. If I knew like a commander was coming up on us to like look for the avatar, I'd be like, you know, just lying back in a lawn chair and be like, oh hey, what are you guys doing here? Like, I really can't wait to see how the Zutara interactions
You
are
want
in
to
this
know
one.
what is the Avatar? I can't tell you that. Every Avatar is different.
Yeah, so stop
We are
telling
shaped
him.
by the different demands of our times.
Yeah, so stop telling him what he needs to be then.
Do I have to figure this out myself?
That is part of the journey. Run away from your responsibilities again, and even more will be hurt. Being the Avatar means
Yo,
putting
why?
your duties above all else, even your life.
Why is Kyoshi being so mean? Like, didn't Kyoshi only care about
I was like
Kyoshi
this.
Island?
But then, I saw what was at stake. And I will show you what will happen if you
I'll
fail.
be
Tragedy
right
awaits the North,
here.
And unless you do something about it, another race of benders will be wiped out just as the air nomads were. You ask me what it means to be the
Yeah,
Avatar.
they're so putting so much pressure on Aang right at the start.
A mighty, merciless warrior.
I feel like in the cartoon, Aang got to chill a bit more. How long have they been here? Oh, they've only been here for 48 hours. I think that's the thing I like about the cartoon was they got to spend time in places that they liked. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was less than 48 hours on the. Nice. It was less than 48 hours in the cartoon too, but.
What if I do what you say and it all just becomes worse?
It will. Your very presence in this world will make things worse. At first, both sides will fight harder because the Avatar has returned. Hope does not come without a cost.
You. I'm getting through one way or another. What happens to you is your choice.
So what's the point?
You want things to be easy. None of this will be
I don't
easy.
think Aang doesn't want it to be
Avoid your
easy.
duties any longer.
He just
and not
doesn't
only
want
will you
to
fail
hurt
to save the
people.
world, you won't even be able to save this island.
This island? From what?
From the danger you've put them in right now.
Yo,
My friends.
yo, then stop talking to me and let me go.
I warned you. No one's going to stand in my way.
You wanted to know about the power of the Avatar. I will show you what that power can do.
Whoa. Did this happen in the cartoon? So this is why they had to hire all those other
Impossible.
Avatar actors. Yo, Zuko, you said you wanted to fight the Ultimate Warrior. Let's go. Yo, they like literally doing Azula rocket hands, Iron Man style. Yo, oh, so that's what that was. What if Aang can't actually watch while this is happening? He's just like unconscious inside, and he's like, wakes up. He's like, "What happened? You said you'd show me." See, what I'm curious about is this Commander Zhao seems a bit more like sneaky. So just how is he going to like but he also doesn't seem as ambitious to a degree. So how is he gonna like propose the plan to steal the moon spirits?
This is all my fault. I brought this here.
Which is why you have to go.
No foaming mouth guy.
Listen,
Unbelievable.
I wish you had more time.
I know. I do too.
Suki's so cute.
Thank you, Sokka.
For what?
I think they've barely said her name
You
though.
mean the world to me.
Yeah, I mean, Sokka's also just grew up in a tiny village, so he only brought a bit. It's also sad that like this happens. Like they're really setting this up, and then he's gonna fall in love with Princess Yue, and it's like, yo.
So this means you don't want to go home anymore?
I'll let you guys have all the fun. Besides, someone's got to help the kid. I get a feeling this could get tougher.
And that's what he says, but he literally, like, if we look at it,
It's dangerous.
he technically spent that entire
Hey!
time with
This
Suki.
you pulled back there, channeling Scary Lady. Does this mean we'll be seeing more of her?
Kyoshi said I can only call upon one of the past avatars when I'm in the shrines.
What else did she tell you?
We need to get to the Northern Water Tribe because something terrible is going to happen there.
So don't worry, kid. You don't have to do this alone. You have me.
Hopefully they don't go there right away.
Flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
I was simply responding to reports of a disturbance on Kyoshi. I had no idea the Avatar would be there. If Your Highness had been more forthcoming earlier, we might have avoided this misunderstanding. I hope we can put this behind us. Of course, Commander.
Yeah, I feel like Commander Zhao has like less power in
Don't
this.
tell anyone.
Less, less power, but like I don't
About the
know.
Avatar.
He seems more sneaky here.
No one else can know.
But of course, I fully understand the sensitive nature of this information.
But I do like how
If you'll permit me,
I kind of like how they're treating it
working
as if
together,
people aren't
we'd be
expecting
able to
avatars to
devote
still be alive.
twice as many resources to the hunt, obviously, with Your Highness taking the lead in all matters. An excellent suggestion, Commander. We would be honored to have your partnership and your loyalty. Believe me, there's nothing more important.
I need to see what else Ken Lang plays. I don't. I'm like having trouble placing him right now.
To your supreme eminence, the great flame of the world. I am but a humble servant in the southern seas. But
You
I
mother.
have news for you of a critical nature.
Send
I know
your
this
fastest
information
hawk.
may arrive as a shock, and you might be tempted to dismiss it.
Oh, maybe this is how they get Azula involved.
But rest assured, I have witnessed these events with my very eyes. That is why I can report an astounding development. One that could change the future of the Fire Nation.
The Avatar has returned.
Okay, so honestly, I feel like most of my thoughts on this episode I voiced in the episode. The one thing I wasn't really on board with was Suki's mom. Everything else, though, for the most part, I thought was um, a good change in terms of just okay, maybe not everything. Just the animosity towards Aang, I'm not 100% digging. I mean, there were places that didn't really like Aang and places that loved Aang, and I really liked the idea that Kyoshi was welcoming from the beginning. I didn't 100% think the mom was necessary, but I feel like what they're trying to do with the live action is place a greater importance on kind of the people who raise us, maybe to a degree. It'll definitely give that dynamic uh, to Iroh a bit more of like a overall arcing theme, if that's the case. But otherwise, Suki was super thirsty. And this, I kind of liked her more abrupt, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kiss you suddenly. Let's not really delve too deeply on what this might mean at just yet. But like they definitely have the hots for each other in the live action, which is like I don't know. It makes me feel like when they go to UA, like it's gonna be kind of betraying Suki, whereas in the cartoon it what didn't feel that way entirely. But anyways, I'm looking forward to see how they're gonna reach the northern water tribe. And thanks again for joining me. See you guys in the next one. Have a good one.